let's move this over. OS Grid is the open simulator grid that you can log into with also many other grids. You can see them here. One of them is Second Life. So 3D Rock, in-worlds, localhost, that would be on your own computer if you installed a grid on your own computer, etc. So we're going to go to Second Life here. So it actually finds that for us. We can get rid of this thing. So remember our name? It was Informatica, I hope. Informatica, and our last name is Resident because you didn't choose a last name. If you actually already have an avatar and you have a first and last name, you can put those in. But in the last year or so, people have been able to choose just one name avatars. And so using a viewer such as this that has expects two names, it's an older viewer, or an older style viewer, just use the word resident, and that's whether you're on this viewer or another viewer. Just remember to put in resident as the last name if you didn't choose one. Password. I'm just going to leave it at the default here. Second Life, and we're going to log in. And this is information down here from the Imprudence website. Okay. Down here on the right here, just some information about Imprudence. Log in. And it's telling us that we're accepting terms of service for Linden Lab, which Linden Lab actually requires the developers of this viewer to share with Linden Lab a statistics packet every 5 minutes while someone is logged on to Second Life. So usually the viewers share statistics and they run statistics within the viewer. So Linden Lab requires that of any development that's being done using for the Second Life viewer. So we need to accept the terms of service. It's actually a pretty good read, especially if you get down to copyright and intellectual property. Remember, people create their own content. People hold the copyright of something if they created it. You can't use other people's brands or copyrighted or trademark brands. If you do, they can actually remedy it in court. So, just like in the real world, pay attention to intellectual property rights, copyright, etc. Okay, I agree. Just speed read the rest of that and continue. So we're logging into one of the islands on Second Life. There's many islands, and we'll take a look at just how big the grid is when we do our workshop on Second Life. So we'll be logging into one of the welcome areas. Okay, it tells me my clothing is downloading. It may take a while. And here I am. I see Informatica resident, and I see another name above it, so I'm thinking somebody's standing on me or next to me. That's the other woman there, or man, whatever, and somebody else landing as well. I'm one of these puffs, one of these clouds. Okay, so this is me. Oops, let's zoom in over there. Let's just see where we are, hey? So we're standing on this island, Welcome Island number 2. The coordinates are 27, 226, 25. Okay, so I'm going to sit down there and I'll just zoom in. You can actually zoom back in. I think I'm that cloud there. Your tips will show up on the right. So I'm Just waiting for myself to res. You can, if you press the escape button on your keyboard, it will bring you back to the view you started with. You can use this small menu here. Stick it somewhere else. That is actually under World. Actually, sorry, it's under View. View, we have the toolbar and camera controls and movement controls. Okay, so for us right now, the movement controls, that's what this is. Okay, movement controls. So we can move ourselves forward, we can move ourselves backward, and etc., etc. I'm still resing, so I won't be going anywhere right yet, but that's what you can use that for. You can also use your arrow keys to move yourself back and forth. Let me go under Tools, Advanced. So I press the Control, Alt, or Option D. So Control Alt D, and it's a toggle. It will open that advanced menu at the top. See here? So Control Alt D will open this menu, and there's a lot of extra activities that can be had here. So I'm going to go down just to show you what the world looks like. So in wireframe without any of the textures. So under that advanced menu, we opened it with Control Alt D. Hit those three keys together and it will toggle it on. Go down to rendering and wireframe. Okay, Control Shift R is actually the shortcut to get back out of it or back into it. Okay, so let's see. So I have actually finally resed. This is my avatar. I'm sitting, so now let me stand up. Okay, let's look at this gentleman over here. I'm just zooming in and out here. Let's do the escape. So to zoom in, you press the Alt key with your left hand and the left mouse button. Just click on something and you can move forward and back. Okay, it tells us up here that we've enabled the advanced menu, and it's just what I had said earlier. To toggle this menu on Windows, press Control Alt D. On a Mac, Command Option Shift D. For mine, it actually works with Control Alt D on my Mac. Okay, so try either. Okay, let's get rid of that. I'm actually going to get rid of that too. And this is my other for moving. Okay, so if we want to turn around, you can actually look at your avatar and then zoom in. So these are, either you can use the Alt and the left mouse button to zoom in and out, or you can use this control here. Okay, and that is under the View menu. It is called Move. That's the camera control that we're using, and the movement control is this one. This is the one I had just closed. Okay, and that's for walking forward, walking backwards, turning around, zooming in. Oh, sorry, not zooming in. This is going up. So it's the same as page up, page down. You can also use on your computer, page up, page down, and use your arrow keys to follow someone like that fox there. Okay, so does anyone remember how to get back out of wireframe? Do you remember what the shortcut was? If you don't remember, like I don't, it is Advanced Rendering Wireframe. So the shortcut was Control Shift R. Okay, so Control Shift R brings it back. Okay, and if you don't want to use these, just get rid of them. Remember, they're under the View menu. Okay, so here is our tutorial. Begin. So you're going to go through these steps here. It says there are 9 steps. If you're in the other viewer, viewer 2, that is the default viewer that downloads on Windows, um, or on a Mac, if you are using that one, I would only use it if you're on Windows, then it'll have only 6 steps in the orientation. But Imprudence uses an older tutorial, and there are 9 steps. So, I mean, take your time with this. You'll be glad you learned it. And like I said, we have an hour to practice, okay? So it tells us we can use the arrow keys to, and we've already been doing that. Okay, let's follow through here. So we're now looking for number 2. So number 2 up here, we can actually see it also on here. Oh my gosh, they're different. Okay, so the tutorial that is here in the window is actually different than the tutorials that we'll see if we just look at the boards. So I'm going to suggest that you go through both of them. Okay, so you can stick this one out of the way for now. So just leave it down there. And let's do the board ones. When we're finished, then go back and go through these. And you can just flip through them because they have quite a few. Well, 3 more, but they're great skills to have. Okay, let's move that down. So zoom. So it's telling us to zoom. We press the Alt key, and you can see that your cursor changes, and you can zoom in and out. I mean, you can go wild. You can see how far I've zoomed in and out. Press Escape to get back. So, you know, on this computer, like I said, I'm using Parallels. It's very sensitive. So, I don't think I'll be zooming too much. Okay, let's see. Now, so that was number 2. So we follow through here. Number 3. This one we will talk to that parrot, and it asks us to use the chat window. Okay, so stick this over here out of the way. So the chat window is over on the left. So we can say, it tells us to talk to the bird, and here the bird is actually saying things to us here, and we can say, tells us what to say, so you can have a conversation with that bird. Okay, if you want to, let's see, let's find a person. Oh, I'm walking backwards. Okay, so I'm going to room 4 now. Follow the arrows, don't follow me. So that's this way. And there are some people in room 4 learning to sit. So let's just, they're nearby so we can use the chat. Hi there. Nice chair. Okay, I know these people are from somewhere. Let's right click. Let's add as a friend. And let's see if they befriend us. Okay, we'll get a little blue message up at the top right if they say yes, but they may not notice the message. Okay, so we'll just wait and see if they answer. I'm making a short video to, is it okay if I film your avatars? And I actually need them to tell me yes, or I'll have to cut them out. Okay, usually they say yes. If not, I can cut that part out. Okay, so let's, oops, we've zoomed out again. Like I said, mine is sensitive. I doubt yours is as bad as mine. Okay, that's just this Mac. Okay, so it tells us that we should sit, and up here on this poster, if we zoom in on that, it'll give us instructions that say that we should right click on a chair and sit down. And okay, and where did I go? Let me press escape so I can see where I am. There I am, and I can stand up. Okay, we could sit on this pose ball here. Let's sit here. So just right click and sit. Okay, and we're just practicing. Let's take another look at this island. I see a new person's over here that just landed. And if we wanted to befriend them, I don't know if we can do it from this distance. You can actually click on the person and he won't know who I am, but ask him if he wants to befriend. He's disappeared, so must have logged out. To log out, you go to File, Quit. Okay, so the person either crashed or logged out. Okay, so escape will take me back to where I am. Stand up. Okay. Not doing so bad. Okay, then I think number 4. We're in number 4, so we have to go to 5. So here's that box. He never befriended me, so I mean, he may not speak English is the other thing. So let's go here. S-H-I-N, high motion. If I wanted to IM someone, I could actually click on the communicate button, and I only have one friend. So here's my friend, J Chipper, resident, the person I just befriended earlier. So I'm going to IM him and say, hi, just testing the IM function. And if he writes back, it will appear in a blue message up at the top. Okay, let's might as well talk to everybody. Let's right click, add as a friend. And if you right click, and once they have created their profile, you'll see their names. If I'm in a different location, I could actually offer this person, if I open them up on my friends list. So if I open contacts, I would be able to teleport that person to where I am. So that chipper, I could actually offer him a teleport and he would come right here to this location. I'm glad he befriended me. We have someone to play with. Hi again. I sent you a teleport. Just practicing. Where are you guys from? Oh, this other guy befriended us too. That's good. So, okay. I'm in California, but I used to live in Toronto and White River. And London. Small world. And you're from Colorado. he said he's in London, so I'll ask him if he's at University of Western Ontario. That's where I went. That's some cafe in, I remember that. Okay. Yeah, yeah. We'll see. Okay, so now remember, when we're finished chatting with this guy here, you guys are going to stay here for an hour and you're going to go through this other tutorial, okay? We can start at the beginning of it. Okay, and you'll go through that. Okay, spend some time here. When you're finished, I'll just tell him I will put this movie up on YouTube. Okay, and I better get a close-up look at him since I'm telling him I'm going to put him on there. Let's see his name here. So yeah, cool. So now we're going to go through the last place here. We could talk to this guy. Let's go over here. If you look up here, I want to go to Edit, Preferences, go to Voice Chat, Enable Voice Chat, go to your device settings. Geez, I haven't picked anything. That's weird. Wonder why it's not showing up. Oh, I'm on that's why. I'm actually on Windows recording this. I'm in Windows, but I'm using something on my Mac to record. Looks like it's not working. Yikes. Okay. Usually it would show green, and you'll accept the acceptable use policy for that, and reconnect to voice because it looks like it. Okay, I'm not sure if that's working. So if it does work, you would go over here. It's actually, unfortunately, not working on this Windows version. Yikes. Okay, too bad. But this is what you guys will click on. You'll click talk, and when you're finished talking, you'll press it again and you'll stop talking, okay? So talk, so just toggle on and off. Okay, and if you're playing music, you'll use these. And if you are, you want to raise the sound of a movie that you might be watching, here you can edit the sky. So we can change it from the default to nice clouds. We can change the day cycle editor, make it, different. You can, lots of things to do there, lots of fun. Okay, and like I said, you're going to go through and spend an hour on this, okay? And I think that's about all. I don't know if we flew here yet. So this on here, it tells us how to fly using the arrow keys to walk, page up and down to fly. I'll probably bang into the ceiling. Page down. Okay, good. Now we're going to leave. So because we're on a third-party viewer, it doesn't work with doesn't work at all, actually, with the destination guide on the here. So you can use these instructions here if you're on viewer 2 or viewer 3. If you're like me on Imprudence, and that's what I have asked you guys to download if you're on a Mac, and even if you're on Windows, it's an easier interface. So if you decide you don't want to use this this viewer 2, the brown interface here, go to the site and download Imprudence as I suggested. Okay, so to get out of here now, we're going to need to go to search. Okay, and up here, places, showcase. They're not all active on this viewer, but the Second Life viewers, everything's active, but this is a third-party viewer. So let's see, places. I think we can go to this New Berlin here. Let's go there, hey. I think that's good if you want to search for people, groups, events, etc. The other thing, we could go to an event here, and you could search different categories like a sports event, skiing. Okay, my guess is that's not populated. Okay, so showcase is your best bet. Okay, click teleport. It's going to load this little window here. This is your landmark. These are called landmarks. So place information, description. It's probably going to be people will be speaking German, I imagine. Oh, Deutschland, German, English, help. Okay, so German and English. You can show it on the map. Let's pull the map up, and you can move all of these things around. It tells us, gives us some instructions there. At the bottom of the map here, you can take a better look at the world. You can see every little square in here is a Second Life server. Okay. So there are gazillions of them, as you can see, and the world is very big. It's not just what you see there. It's, if we can move this over, I think I've done something bizarre to it, so you can look at different views anyway. So we're going to click teleport because we're going to that place, Berlin. Okay, it says I can play streaming media. Gives me some instructions. I'm going to keep this. Okay, I can just, that will now be in my inventory over here. Also, the people that I've made friends with are here. One of them is still online, so I could send him a teleport and he would come here to do that. I could, let me just open him up. I could click on these, or every time you make a friend, they drops a calling card in here. So I could offer teleport. I could make a group and invite him to join a group. I can send him money if I had some, but I see I have 0 linden up here on the right. Okay, and if you want to buy it, you can actually buy currency from, you have to go to the website to buy currency. I'm not sure if you can actually buy it in this viewer. You can buy it for the Second Life viewers. I'll have to double check that here, but not to worry, we'll give you some money. And anyway, this is just information. You can make a note on that person. I met him on Welcome Island. Okay, so I can close that out. And as I was saying, the landmarks, I should have one landmark in here. Maybe not. Recent items. Oh, I guess, well, for whatever reason it didn't show up. It tells me what I'm wearing. I mean, so there's a lot of stuff. If I take a picture of myself, you can take pictures of yourself. Snapshot. Clicking the snapshot button. And if you save it to your inventory, it costs 10 linden. But if you send it, let me just turn myself around here. and I can refresh that. Take a while, and then I could send it to myself. So I'm going to send that to and this is in Berlin. And test and send. Okay, that's free. We can do that. I could download it from my email, and then later when I come and I want to do I'm right clicking on myself when I want to create my profile, I will be able to click on the picture and let me see, there's a picture in here. I'm going to stick that there. It's taking a while to load, but you can load a picture into there. You'd be able to import your photo from the file menu, the one that you download to your computer. So you'd be file and import object, and it actually will charge you 10 linden. So if you don't have that, you won't be able to upload it. Okay, that's enough. Another guy, we can make friends with him. I will not be using this avatar too often. Okay, so let's go. We could just fly from here, and we can walk around, go see what's going on. We can play the music. Can you hear that? There's click here to change to advanced mode. So anyone who is in the viewer 3, or I should say viewer 2 version 3, they tell you here to change to your advanced mode. And as you go along, you can pick up free items, etc. Someone offered to teleport me somewhere. So actually, that's the same person that's standing next to me. Okay, I'm going to buy this thing over here, right? Buy. And buy. So you can right-click on things and buy things. That's some Halloween thing. Okay, well, I'm actually about done. Oh, I'm going to make friends with, let me go to search. I don't know if I can search for people here. Good, okay, that's my old avatar. So I am going to add it to friends. So at least that I can be friends with this avatar. About me here, all the groups that I belong to. Let's look for some other people, like Peter Yowlis is Nash Baldwin. I'm not sure what Alberto's name is. I'll have to look. Okay, so let's look for Nash Baldwin. And we will add to friends. It's my new avatar. Yeah. Here he is coming up. Dr. Yellowleaf. He is 2,760 days old. We'll see that we are only 1 day old. Okay, so offer teleport, send him an instant message. Just testing. And sending an IM. Okay, now if I can look at that back at that chipper, he was a guy from Canada. And he's offline now, okay? Okay, and I think I'll actually close all this stuff out. And I'm gonna just fly away here. Let me get the page up. So I get a better look at this. It's a bit low. So we can turn it down. Okay, you can actually change the ambient sound, so if you bang into something, it won't be quite as loud. I don't need the media to be that loud either. Okay, so you can do what you want there. Okay. Let's see this. So this is Berlin. This red line is showing you can right click. If you just click on it, I should say, and it will disappear. Another way to get rid of it is to go to the map and clear. We'll clear any arrows and stuff. Okay. Okay, I'm not able to zoom out very far, but if I look on my advanced menu here, I can change to, I think it's on this one. I don't want to see the crosshairs on the mouse when I mouse look. So click M. If I close this window, I'll show you that later. Okay, so I was looking for honestly, it's been a long time since I've been in this viewer, so I'll be looking with you on how to find things. I'm trying to not restrict my zooming in and out. I'm just looking to see where that is. Create a landmark here. So I've created a landmark. Good. So that should go into my inventory. Good, there it is. So if I ever want to come back, I just double click on that and I'd be able to teleport here. Okay. Anyway, that'll do for now. Okay, I'm going to go somewhere else now. Let's do search. And let's try Info Island. Info Island is... That's funny, not showing. Let's see. Oh, I'm under people, that's why. Let's do places or all. Well, one location came up. There are a lot more, but let's teleport to that. Okay, now I'm really far away. If I look at the map, these are some of the library islands, different universities. Pretty. Okay, so again, we could do, remember the sky? And we can change it to, this is our daylight cycle editor. Good, let's try that. Looks a bit better. And we can go in any of these buildings. Okay, let's log out, okay? Remember, file, quit.